Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, and in this video, the BMWs face off in part 2 of the Nordschleife Showdown, ACC versus Raceroom. Okay, so it's the turn of Raceroom, the racing experience. Traction controls down as low as we can get it.
Watch the white line.
The first thing you notice is we have to start from the pits.
Brakes are cold, be careful.
If there's a way to not start from the pits without doing a flying lap first, do give me a shout, let me know in the comment section. But we're going to pit Raceroom with its newly updated Nürburgring Nordschleife, or just Nordschleife. And we're going to pit it against ACC. That's right, we're in the M4 GT3. So we can pit it against the same car in Assetto Corsa Competizione. So this isn't a track that I'm massively familiar with on this game. So this is going to be a bit of an adventure for all of us. So first thing, graphically, I'd say it looks serviceable. It doesn't look awful, it doesn't look fabulous. It's very much middle of the road. Now bear in mind the games that I started playing when I was a kid. If you'd have told me that games were going to end up looking like this, I would have bit your hand off. But I think in terms of the sim races that we play, it's the weakest of the bunch, but it's gonna be. It's built on a very old engine. But the recent upgrades, they've certainly worked. The lighting's a bit better. Especially the lighting within the cockpit, the ambient occlusion. Shadowing certainly looks a bit nicer. And it sounds the part, sounds good. And in terms of the Nordschleife itself, seems to be a pretty accurate representation compared to the other sims. This BMW feels good. You certainly can't drive it in the same way you drive the ones on ACC. You can drive the ones on ACC on the brakes, on the nose. This one is just more braking in a straight line as opposed to doing the trailer braking. You can trail brake, it's just nowhere near as effective. The force feedback's decent, if lacking a bit of detail. Excuse the lap, I'd say it's not going to be the best lap you're ever going to see, but it's just so we can get a comparison. Good job the traction control was on then. Between this and Assetto Corsa Competizione. So brake in a straight line. Try and feed the power on. There's just something, what jumps out to me is there's just something lacking now. There's just not the visceral feeling that you get from Automobilista 2. There's not the huge authenticity that you can get from obviously a heavily modded Assetto Corsa. But that's not to say it's bad, because it's not. It's just not my favourite. I mean, if there was some online races maybe on it that I wanted to take part in, I'd still take part in it. But I wouldn't say, way, get round the carousel. It's just not one that I'm going to pick to do some laps in, just like picking a car, taking it out, just for the enjoyment, just for the hell of it. I don't think it's what I would choose. Wait. I mean, I do have a soft spot for Raceroom. I mean, I'm glad it's still getting updated. I've had many a good race. Oh, missed the apex there. And catch that one. I've had many a good online race, many a good time with Raceroom. still buy and try the content when the content comes out. But I'd say just on the Nordschleife here now, probably just starting to show its age that little bit. Which, as I say, I think is understandable. Given the age, given the engine, given the size of the team that works on it. I mean, the graphics updates were done by one person. So we're lucky, really, that we're getting anything at all. But as I say, if there was some online races or a league race or community race that I fancied, yeah, I'd certainly come online, give it a go, have a good time. But I'm never going to pick this just to do some laps around the Nordschleife, which I do sometimes when I just fancy doing a few laps. I mean, the part 1 video, there was some people there that in the comment section were upset that I didn't use traction control and ABS because those cars would have had them. But I have a finite even amount of time to enjoy these sims, so I just like to drive them my way and enjoy them. And if that's not ultra realistic, then so be it. But at least I've had a good time. So as we come now down the straight to finish the lap, we're not going to get a lap time because obviously I've started from the pits. But I think you've got the feeling for it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. We'll see what Assetto Corsa Competizione can bring to the table by comparison in its much newer engine, much bigger team. But this was still a decent enough experience. Let's move over to ACC. Okay, so it's the turn now of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Now this is my first lap around this track on this game, so this is again going to be an adventure for us. I think the first thing you can see immediately is how much more geometry there is on the track side, how much denser the foliage is, the trees are. Certainly looks a lot newer than Raceroom, which it is. The force feedback straight away as well has more feeling, more detail, more character, just more levels to it, definitely. Oh, I like it. It looks very nice. ACC always sounds the part as well. Even though I've been told it's not as realistic as it could be, it still sounds great to me. As I say, realism's all well and good, but I'm here for the enjoyment. So far, very impressed. Oops. Again, don't expect perfect laps. Not only is it my first lap, but still getting back used to the car after just driving Raceroom. Oi. The tyre pressures are not going to be exactly where they should be. Tyre temps are not going to be exactly where they should be. But we'll get it close enough so that we can get an accurate representation of what this game's like on the Nordschleife. Straight away, more at home on the brakes, just because I've played more ACC lately. I love the God rays and the sunlight coming through the windscreen. Regular viewers will know that it only takes a few God rays and the Revs is in love. It's an effect that the Rev does enjoy a lot. You just see there's just more geometry just up on the hill. So the track just feels a bit more alive, a bit more character than on Raceroom. The car's certainly a bit more lively. Now, if you want to see a part 3 where the winner of this faces off against Automobilista 2, which was the winner of the first part, then do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to do it. Now, one of my viewers wanted to see the Nürburgring at night, so I think I've got the time moving forward here, but I don't know if it's going to get to night time, but I have got the time advancing. But I thought it was better to do it in the daytime than just go straight into doing it at the night time. I can do a nighttime face-off if people want, like I say, post in the comments below. I'm always willing to get ideas for videos, and I don't mind having a go, seeing what it's like at night time. Could have done with a lower gear there, struggled all the way up the hill. You can just see it, look at the amount of spectators, the tents, caravans. The track's definitely just more alive, there's just more immersion. Come on, nose, in you come, there we go. And in terms of the driving model, there's just more immersion here too. Like I say, there's just definitely more about the car, it's a bit more lively. More feeling on the brake. I can trail brake, which like I say, can't really do, or couldn't really do on Raceroom as well as I'd like. That could be a skill issue on my part, so that's not a criticism of Raceroom. There we go. Much for running wide there, Rev. She's got a bit more control over the nose due to the brakes. Whoa, very bouncy there, nearly lost it. To gather it up. You can feel that compression definitely more on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Don't run too wide. There we go, back on. You're just more involved in this drive. I'm sure that you can physically see that. So if I just wanted to run a few laps of the Nürburgring Nordschleife, or just the Nordschleife, oof, nearly. Would I choose this over Raceroom? As I say, I do have a soft spot for Raceroom, so it is a shame, but yeah, I would pick this. Just because there's just that bit more involvement as the driver. Certainly looks beautiful. Like I say, ignore the lap time. This was the Nürburgring Nordschleife, so it did have a bit of the GP layout. So that's why I've only started the video from the Nordschleife section, because it is a Nordschleife showdown. On the end now, the straight. Last couple of turns, front brakes are freezing. Be careful we don't absolutely mash it into the wall these last couple of turns. And obviously we'd have taken a right there, we can't do that here. Onto the Nürburgring, and that's the end of that. So I would choose Assetto Corsa Competizione over Raceroom for a lap of the Nordschleife. As always, I've been the Reverend. Thank you for watching.